Hey everybody, Christa Sutton here. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Today I want to have a conversation around awareness. And awareness impacts us in every single area of our life, but you know that we are going to have the conversation about awareness as it pertains to our mental health. One thing that I've noticed, one thing I've struggled with in the past is that awareness is only going to be beneficial to each and every one of us if we act on it. If we don't take action on the awareness that we have around our behaviors and our tendencies, our interactions, etc., then our awareness becomes our excuse, becomes an excuse, okay? Or a reason, or a justification, fill in the blank. So when I think about mental health and how awareness really comes into play there, and when I say awareness, this is internally or externally. So there are going to be things that you notice about yourself, things that I notice about myself that are like, oh, wow, I need to pay attention to that because I have a tendency to. There are also going to be times where we are going to have that pointed out to us outside of us. People in our lives are going to say, hey, do you realize that? Okay? Whether it's internal or external, awareness is awareness is awareness. And when you know that the awareness that you have is calling you to some kind of an action. There are two different types of action that you need to take, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So what our awareness is going to tell us is what behaviors we're displaying that are not in alignment with who we are wanting to show up as. Fair? Fair. These tend to be the behaviors and the tendencies that I kind of call the head in the sand moments. These are the things that we just don't want to pay attention to, okay? These are the things that until we really understand how it's impacting our lives and make the decision to change and correct, they're going to impact every area of our lives. They're going to continue to hurt us, hurt others around us, etc. So these are the head in the sand moments. These are the, you know what, I don't want to think about my finances. I'm just going to ignore them. Maybe it'll just go away on its own. Anybody ever do that with any area? Oh my gosh, but maybe if I just ignore it long enough, it'll go away on its own. The head in the sand moments can show up when you are struggling. This impacts all of us, not just those of us with the diagnosis, but maybe you're struggling at work. Maybe you are really, maybe you find yourself in a space where you're feeling less than or not good enough, or maybe you overpromised and you're under delivering. And so maybe, you stick your head in the sand. You're not following up or following through with clients. You are letting the ball drop in your career or in your business. You guys, here's the big old deal. None of this is okay. None of this is okay. This hurts people. It hurts you, and it hurts those that these head in the sand moments impact. Whatever area of your life, business, finances, relationships, all of it. Okay, you guys, I got a little bee in my bonnet here because this is something that just pisses me off, okay? I'm guilty. I've done it in the past. I've totally done this in the past. But here's what you do when you become aware of these things that you're doing. Number one, you call bullshit on yourself. You're aware of it. You know there's a problem, and you've made the decision to fix it. It is no longer an excuse. So what does action look like? Action looks like two things. Number one, you've got to seek out and identify a solution. Now, there are a million different things that could be solutions. It could be a strategy. It could be somebody that you're accountable to. It could be a program you participate in. It could be, oh my gosh, I have 5,000 things on my head. I can't even begin to vocalize all of them. It's being willing to be real, raw, honest, and say, wow, I'm screwing shit up. Okay, I'm screwing up this part of my life. And I need to fix it. It won't just go away. It won't just go away. It's like an infection. If you don't treat it and get to the root of it, it's just going to spread. Okay? So, action. Number one, you've got to identify a solution. Number 2, y'all, this is where the rubber meets the road. You got to implement it. You got to implement it. You got to be held accountable. You got to call yourself out. Sometimes we got to have other people call us out. Hopefully they do it in a very loving and kind way. You guys know me. I don't pull punches. I do use kid gloves. So if any of this is resonating with you and any of you have that little bit of a gut punch that's telling you, oh, crap, I hate it when I get called out. Number 1, forgive yourself. Don't excuse yourself. There's a big difference, y'all. Forgive yourself. You know what? This is not okay. I've screwed up and I've hurt people. Number 2, reach out and make the apologies. Make the apologies. People are a lot more forgiving than you realize. And then number 3, do what it takes to make it right. It's that simple. It's that simple, you guys. So hopefully this little bit of information here on Coffee Chat today was beneficial. Hope that you had some great takeaways. Please let me know in the comments below, what was a big aha for you? What are some of the things that you're going to be brave enough to say? I gotta pull my head out of the sand and I gotta fix this. Would love to see your comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here on Coffee Chat. As always, you guys, take care of you. Please take care of you. The world needs you today, tomorrow, and the next day. So until the next time, coffee and hugs.